Hello everybody, so I'm back and I decided to make another video today, and I also did a PowerPoint because I had a big realization today, a big aha moment. And it has to do with Revelations 13 and how we can turn things around. Just like, remember I told you guys, you can take pictures in the sky and then you turn them around and you find the puzzle pieces, right? So that kind of came to my thought today. And I'm like, what if I did that with the globe, with the world map, and then bam, right? It happened. And I just really wanted to show you guys now that the answers in Revelations 13 are basically found, well, they've been in front of our eyes this whole time. We just have to turn around some pieces in order to make them fit like a puzzle piece, right? And that is basically what I did now with this PowerPoint. I took the world map, the globe, right? You have to take it in 3D, and I just kept spinning, spinning my circle, spinning the world, and I turned it this way, and I went like puzzle pieces that started clicking, and I started seeing. I saw the dragon. I saw the other dragon. Okay, I found Leviathan. I even found Leviathan. Okay, and I'm gonna explain all of that in this PowerPoint that I now created for everybody to see. I think it's so amazing. It's just always been in front of our eyes. Like, it's just been right there. We just have to turn it around like a puzzle piece. And yeah, it's exactly the same thing I told you guys before, and I do have an older video on that. When you take pictures in the sky, and it's the same thing. I found out, the Lord revealed to me, when you turn the picture around, right, like a puzzle piece, you start seeing other pieces that fit. It's amazing, and I couldn't even have came to this. First off, it wasn't for our loving God, who's Jesus Christ, and if I wouldn't have been through that step first, right? So now I'm here, and now I'm like, well, maybe I can use the same tactic with the globe, with the earth. And then I'm starting thinking, okay, well, in Revelations, John said he was standing there, and I'm trying to see, because then he said certain things, and then I tried to put my perspective, I tried to put myself in his shoes, right? And I'm like, okay, if I was John now, basically, and I'm standing there and I'm looking, what am I gonna see? Like, in what kind of point of view, and what angle? And then it started going click, right? It's like, I have to show you guys what I mean. So I'm just gonna basically hop now into the PowerPoint slide. I hope you guys all enjoy. Like I said, all connections aren't there yet, right? I'm not saying that I found out every single key, right? But I did find a pretty big one in the fact that I know now where we need to look at, right, for this big puzzle piece. And I can definitely show many revelations that I've definitely found that add up exactly to Revelations 13, and I even found Leviathan, okay? It's all adding up. It's just all adding up, and it's exactly there where the Lord has been guiding me in my dreams and my visions in, and I connecting all the dots, okay? I'm like connecting them. It's like, it's amazing. So let's just start. I'm gonna go now into the PowerPoint. Let's see. Hold on. Here you go. There's definitely an easier way to do this, and I used to know how to do it, but for some reason it's just not working. Like, that technical difficulty is not solving itself, but it's okay. We make it work, right? So now we're here. All right, let's start. My laser pointer. All right, you guys. Revelation 13. Answers are found on Earth Atlas, 3D globe. The best, I'm trying to advise you guys just to take the 3D globe, because that's the best thing. You turn the globe however you want to, and you start putting the puzzle pieces together. And then 3 in total, 666, but that's all gonna come now into what I'm gonna try to showcase, okay? So, hold on, my cat wants to join. Come on, Luna. All right. So, 13 And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea. And that is exactly where I was like, okay, if I was Jonah, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes now. And I'm like, okay, and then I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So the number one question then came to my mind. If I was standing there and I'm seeing this, I'm then envisioning like a ball, right? And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This looks like the earth, right? So without the land, right? And then I'm like a ball of sea, earth without land, right? And then I'm like, okay, what comes out of this ball of sea, land? Because he said, I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, a beast, right? And the Lord said, let's go back, that this number, right, is the number of man. So let's go back here when we have, here's the wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 score and 6. So we know that's 666, right? So we know that anything that has to pertain to land is to man, because in my last PowerPoint, when you guys check it out, we found out, right, that God made man through dust, through ground, right? So meaning land, ground is man. That's why land is then 666, right? And I'm going to show that also at the end. So whatever has to do with the water has to do with the spirit, and that's actually the part where I found Leviathan in it, okay? So let's just keep on rolling. But Leviathan is actually in the water, okay? I found that. I have proof. And you guys can look it up yourselves. All you have to do is open up the 3D globe. I'm just exposing it all because, again, I'm connecting the dots and the Lord's revealing me what needs to be revealed and needs to be exposed. So now we know, okay, man has to be land, ground, and we know that the spirit, right? So let's go. I'm going to read this now, but we're going to keep going further. Like I said, I'm just going to get out all the information for everybody just to see that the answers are in there, okay? That we have to look in there to connect all the dots. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, and the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do so in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused that all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on the right hand or on the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's the wisdom: let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, right? So let's go further. If you guys, like I said, don't you guys can always skip this part, right, and read it for yourselves, but for the sake of the video I read it because we're going to take these parts with us now. So one wounded head, one crown, and a horn, right? Like I said, I'm not saying now these are the ones, right? But this is what I am noticing. This is what I have seen. This is what comes out when I turn the globe. Okay, we have Africa. Wounded, as in, here is the woundedness, right? It's separate. I'm going to explain also with Moses on that because we have the Red Sea here with that, and that's why it's very significant. We have Africa, okay? It looks already like a dragon. It already looks like a rhino kind of thing, right? It just really does. We have the horn here. The horn would be multiple countries in Africa: Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Kenya, and all that, right? Red Sea, again, drying up. This would be the healing part. Is in between the crown and the head, and the crown would be Saudi Arabia, right? And I saw one of his heads as if were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him, right? So that's one perspective. Moses departing the Red Sea. Here's the Red Sea. Wounded crown, horn, wounded head. Exodus. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided, and the Israelites went through the sea on a dry ground with a wall of water on the right and on the left. Isaiah 11:15-16. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry. So, and there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came out of the land of Egypt. So, going now into this, right? I just thought this was just so significant, okay? This was just so significant. Or, right? Or, and I'm going to say now why. I think it's more this, but I'm going to just put it in there just for a train of thought now, okay? Canada will get healed with land of Greenland because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Trump wants to get ownership on Greenland or something like that in that direction. And that's like that, at least the idea is there, right? Something with Greenland coming back in that sense. So, and then I'm like, okay, well, Canada, right? Here's Alaska. This also looks like a wounded head, right? And this looks like the shattered pieces. So if Greenland if this was to come all back together, then that would also be healed, right? And then they would be like wondering of the beast, right? They would be in awe, right? That's just a train of thought now, okay? So, but we have another head and a horn and a crown, right? And the crown belongs to the United States, and this is Alaska. And here we have Canada, and here's the face. Do you guys see? We have head 1, Canada, horn, connects head with crown, Alaska owned by the United States. Isn't that a coincidence? Here, there's even an eyeball, okay? You have an eyeball, the face, right, the head. And you have, right here, you have the states, and here you have the horn. You guys see? Turn it around, turn the picture around. Well, not just the picture, but turn the globe, and here you have your horn. It's connecting it. Here again, whole picture, okay? It's like, it already looks like a king. Like, this already looks like a king, right? I mean, I don't even know what to say. It just does. So let's go. Possible dragon candidate, okay? Meaning, This is the States. Again, you turn the globe, it looks like a dragon, okay? This is going to be very significant later because there's also a different dragon who doesn't have his mouth open, right? Here, though, the States, Mexico, and Canada, so this would be one beast, right? This would be one puzzle piece. You can definitely see, here's the mouth. I mean, here's the eyes. Here's the horn, which would be, unfortunately, Florida. I actually used to live there. Kind of, yeah. Alrighty. Yes, we can argue maybe these would be also two horns, but it does say in the Bible more like lamb horns. And for me, a lamb horn looks more like this. And that's what I basically based myself on when I was looking for these. And I found all of these in one day. I found this all today. So it went actually really fast. I'm seeing them really easily. Here's the eye. I mean, you see the eye? Like, it's like here would be like that brow, right? And here's the eyeball. Again, here's the mouth and it's open. And here's flame. Like, here's the nostril of the dragon. And here the flames coming out like lava, like smoke. Okay? And it's connected to South America. All right, so now we have that. Let's go. Possible beast with two horns like a lamb. One head, Asia, right? And two faces, each one with one horn. We have Russia. Here's the face. Here's one face, Russia. And here's the other face. So this face is exactly the other dragon now that I'm talking about, which would be China, India, and I can't pronounce that. I think Myanmar or something like that. Okay, and he spake like a dragon, right? And I'm saying that because here now, in the middle, right, it's like psychology, okay? It's like here you have another piece, which would be then South Korea and Japan here, right? And you have here, it's all connected. It's like here they're quiet, but in reality, he's here and he's speaking like, he spake like a dragon, but he's quiet, right? So it's kind of like this is in secret. He's speaking behind closed doors, and in front of everybody, he keeps quiet. Do you see this? Here he speaks behind closed doors, is part of them, but here they are quiet. The mouths are closed, but they are working together. And in behind the scenes, they're speaking like a dragon, and in front of the scenes, they're quiet, acting like they're not together, right? They're not facing each other. So here again, you have Russia. The horn is here. Here you have the other side. And then, which would also be part of then China and Indonesia going up here. And you have here being the second horn. Here you have India. Here's the snout of the dragon, right? Here's the snout. Here's the eyeball of the dragon. And again, I said here is the horn. Do you guys see that? It's very clear. Here's the horn. And here's this horn. And here's this eyeball. And here is this nose. Well, not really a nose. It's also a snout. And teeth. I'm even seeing teeth here. And it's a mouth. Okay, so you see that. Again, you guys can all, pause it for a second. Do what you have to do. Get a better look at it. Or like I said, anybody can go on the 3D globe for free and turn the globe around and see what I'm seeing myself. So comparison, okay, Asia, three main. I'm just gonna say Russia, India, and China, right? This just very flat out one of the three main ones, right? And the comparison here, we have the States, Canada, and Mexico. Well, we have North America here. Okay, so we have Asia here and North America, and they're very similar. Okay, here's a dragon that is speaking, and here's a dragon that's not speaking. Do you guys see what I'm saying? But in reality, he is behind closed doors. So, two have their mouths closed, and the other has been given the authority to speak. Very strange. So let's go. Indonesia, part of the dragon. Okay, you can see it looks like this dragon's also sitting or relaxing kind of thing, but it's also part of, let's go back, it's part of Asia. Okay? You guys see this? So, and it's spreading itself and also looks like a dragon. Here you have two horns, and it's like talking, it's like giving to Australia now, okay? It's like this connecting piece. And now here, Australia, it's like the dragon speaking now to Australia, and Australia is spitting it out. Okay, as in something being put out of mouth. Do you see this? Do you see this ball? You have here Australia, and you also have here a head. Again, a continent, 7 continents, 7 heads. Okay, 7 heads, 7 continents. What a coincidence. So then you have, again, you have a head and something's being spit out, as if the dragon is being putting like input and it's being put back out from Australia. Again, Australia head, horn, Indonesia. Here would be the horn. It would also be the horn. They're connecting to one another. And here's something being spit out. Here you can clearly see, again, by Sydney, here would be the eyeball. Here is it's like a human face. Here's the nose, the mouth, and the chin. And then it goes down like a neck, okay? All right, Europe. This is insane. This looks like a being. Honestly, it looks like either a bird, person, or it looks like an alien. I don't know, but it looks like a being, okay? And we have Europe. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority, aka European Union. Right? Train of thought. Because that's what it looks like. He looks like he's sitting on a seat. He looks like he has a seat. It looks like he's sitting, right? And it looks like a being. We have here a head, face, which would be then Spain. We have his arms, which would be here, Great Britain, Italy, and then you have his upper body, which would be Paris, France, right? Well, France. And if you're looking at this like how I am, it would be to your left and to your right, right? But if you would be now this being, and then it would be obviously vice versa, right? That's why I said that. So lower body is then Germany. Here we have Germany and all the neighboring countries, of course. But here I'm just gonna say like pretty ones that like stood out now, and then you're going down here, like here's the lower part, and this would be like the lakes, and here you have Greece at the end, that kind of thing, right? And it's like he's sitting like on Ukraine and also like going into Russia kind of thing. So that was something that was very significant because again, it's like connected, and I mean Europe has authority to speak too, right? I mean this is all adding up. So now you have horn, and because I realized, well, if you have 7, but you have 10 of each, that means 3 is left, right? So now that meaning, well, you have 7 heads, but then you would actually in reality have then 3 horns left, and you would have 3 crowns left, right? Because we have 7 heads, basically. So then I'm seeing, okay, well, here we have then around Europe, we have another horn, which would be Turkey and Iran, and we have its crown, but I don't see a face, I don't see a head. Okay, so that's why, but I'm seeing a horn, which would be Turkey and Iran, and then I'm seeing the crown being Saudi Arabia, which is also the same that we said in the beginning with Africa, that Africa is the head, then the horn would be this part, and then the crown was Saudi Arabia, so that hasn't changed, right? And it hasn't changed for this either, which is very strange. And then we have here again another horn that I found, which would be the United Kingdom. And then we have the crown Ireland to it, right? So that's the other 2. So now we have 2 of them. And the third one would be Sweden, Norway here. And the crown would be here, Finland, right? And you can see here, you see another face where Ukraine's at, going into obviously Russia and all that, and then here this would be here. So you can also see that here would be the crown, and that would be like the horn. Like it's very you see it, right? I mean this looks like a horn, right? So then Antarctica, because we can't forget one of the heads, right? I'm like looking at it, well, it already looks like a face. It just does. It already looks like a face. But when you look really closely at it right here, it looks like a lion's face, okay? Like here's like a lion's nose, here's like the slit of the eye, and here's the mane, right? Like this would be the mane, and here also we can argue, okay, this could be the horn, right? This could also be a horn. Flip it around, now it looks like a snail a little bit, okay? Like here would be the shell, and here would be the face, and here would be, again, the horn, right? Like, but it's more like the lion, right? All right, South America, again, another face. Here's the nose. Here's the mouth, right? So basically head, face would be Brazil. Crown, here is the crown. Again, Mexico, North America, it's like he's putting smoke to this crown, like this head, okay? It's like it's melting, and it looks like it's melting. When you take a good look at it, whatever's coming out of this dragon's snout, it's like actually melting on this, on South America's crown, right? I mean, you see this here. Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Bolivia, and the horn would obviously be then Argentina. Peru goes a little bit down there too, right? So all connected, but it's there. Okay, here would be the eye. Again, it's like a slit. Here's the eye, follow my laser, the nose, the mouth, and then it goes, right? A face. All right, so now I made a big picture. Okay, we have Africa here, we have Antarctica basically looking at each other. This looks like the lion's face. This looks like a rhino, but also like a dragon. That's why I did that. Here we have a dragon. This would be Asia, Europe, exactly, Africa down here. Okay, so this side of the world, Australia all the way back there. And then here would be here would be the States, Canada, well, North America, basically, South America going down here, right? So we have this. So dragon also kind of looks like a crocodile, but in reality, a bear, okay? So North America looks like the bear, okay? It looks like the bear, like a bear's foot, bear's feet, bear. Like, take a really look at it. It looks like a bear. Like, here's the face, here it goes up like a bear. Here's his feet. Here's his feet. Okay, it looks like a bear. Like it just does. Okay, so let's go. Which also adds up here. Lion's face would be related to the bear, and rhino, also AKA, kind of looks like a dragon to me, would then also match up due to the fact that it is here, located in this area here, which would be Europe. Russia, sorry, Russia, because I turned it that way. Asia, basically, right? And exactly, so you guys see that? Like, this is connected and this side's connected, and there's two. So then I got a better look here, okay? And this was exactly what I was talking about with Russia. Basically, let's just say the one side and the bear side, so the dragon side and the bear side, and then you take a closer look. Now it's starting to look like a lion's mouth, okay? Like a lion's mouth opened. Also at the same time, it looks like a bird, okay? We have here another face with like wings, okay? Looking right at this here, this looks like a dragon. For some reason, this looks like a leaf. I don't know why, but it's like a ear, like a dragon's ear, with like an elephant snout. So it looks like also, and here would be the mouth, okay? So here would be the mouth, and here's like an elephant trunk. Here would be the eyes where my laser is, okay? Again, here you have a face, and it looks like, I'm telling you, it looks like a bird. It looks like, here's the nose, here's its eyes, here's its, like a bat. It looks kind of like a bat bird. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But you guys see the picture, right? There's faces here. I mean, there's no doubt. So here, and then I'm like, oh man. Because then I remember the dream the Lord gave me. And he said, he's sending me here, in the middle here, okay? And I'm like, and then I'm seeing the snake. And then I asked the Lord, well, what are we fighting against? I have the video on that. It's called, it's the Leviathan one. And he showed me that we're fighting against Leviathan, like the snake, right? And so I had one here, and remember the woods put stream that I had? I know I put them all in private, but yeah, it was like him saying I'm going here now. And then, well, there's actually a piece of land literally right in the middle here between these two, and for some reason, okay, this is all matching up. This is exactly matching up with what I dreamed. And I'm looking here, and I see it clearly, and I see Leviathan. Okay, Leviathan is in the middle. And then I'm realizing, okay, he's in spirit, as in like the water, and he's connecting all the lands together. He's controlling them. Do you guys see that? He is blue. Leviathan is blue. The land is man. okay? Flesh, spirit, and you see this, okay? I mean, he's here. Here's the snake. Let's go get a closer look up. Leviathan, the snake, is connecting them, aka controlling them. He is covering all the lands. He is covering all the lands. Water, spirit, snake, Leviathan, okay? I mean, the devil has them, he has them in control. He has them in control. They're within the snake. It's as if the snake ate up the lands, and the lands are now in his body, okay? You can clearly see this is the snake. You see it. Here, this even looks like feathers. It looks like feathers here, okay? But you can clearly see, or like a snake, like a tail. But you can clearly see the face. It's Leviathan. Like, this is the snake. There's no more, I mean, here's proof. Go on the globe, look at the world map, 3D world, real life action. I mean, he's there. I mean, I got this from the globe. He's here, okay? So then, now I'm like, okay, well, the three numbers, 666, man, right? And you connect them and you have 1, 2, 3. You have basically one side that I now talked about, right? This would be the dragon, which would be actually this right here, this part. So you have the first triangle. So then you have the other part, the bear. The bear would be here, right? So that would be the third puzzle piece. And then you have your 3, the one that's standing alone. Antarctica, you can't forget that he's here, right? I mean, he's here. You can't exclude him. And that's like the point, right? So then you have another face. You have another body. You have another head. All the heads are included. Basically, all the heads are here, and all the heads are here. And the last missing piece of head is here, okay? So you have 1, 2, 3, 6, 6, 6. And they're all pieces of land, and they're all connected, and that's why there's 3 6s. You guys see? That's why there's 3 6s. So I really wanted to put that out there. I thought that was so significant to share with you guys. I just love, give me puzzle pieces. I'm ready to explore them and try to get the code. But like I said, I wouldn't have been able to be seeing this. I mean, the Lord's the one that's opening up my eyes, okay? I mean, I see it directly. So I really wanted to share everything with you guys now and see what you guys say about it. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore that the answer that we are looking for in Revelations 13 has been in front of our eyes this whole time. It's just been laid out there to see. I mean, there's no doubt you see the dragon, okay? I mean, I'm seeing a Leviathan is real, okay? He's here. I've seen it. The Lord's showing it to me. He's here. He's popping up, okay? Like, he's not fantasy. He's real. And he's connecting all of them, okay? And that's why it makes sense when I ask the Lord, what are we fighting against? And he's showing me that. Well, it makes sense because if I'm in land, I'm a human, right? So I'm on land, I'm flesh. Okay, well, Leviathan has got me in his stomach, basically. And the Lord's going to get us out of his stomach if you believe in him, okay? But do you see how he's disguising himself? This snake is disguising himself. Like, do you guys see this? Do you see how the devil works? I'm going to expose it. I am exposing the devil in the Lord's name. I'm telling you, I mean, there's no doubt. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, everybody take your own globe, right? It all is there to see and research, but I'm seeing it. It's the same thing that I showed. I showed you guys how to do that with the sky. You take a picture in the sky, you turn things around, there's missing puzzle pieces. It's like a mystery is being turned around to make it fit from a puzzle piece. It's like a whole puzzle piece. Just turn it around and see which piece fits where, right? And I love it. I love it. I just do. I think I need more puzzle pieces, you guys. So just please, if anybody has more, give it to me. I try to like put my mind to it, and then obviously only with the help of God I'd be able to even understand it, because he's the only one that will receive credit. He's the only one that can reveal, right? So there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.